Hello and welcome. I'm here with my buddy Jess today, and we're playing a bit of WWE 2K16. Not one of my favorite games.
I actually enjoy the game. I dislike the fact that there's a lot of changes or things they left out compared to previous titles. But you'll see how it plays out for us.
Sure. I mean, honestly, I've been a wrestling fan for quite a while, and the WWE itself has kind of gone downhill lately. The writing's just meh. But I think the series itself, I feel, peaked back in 2008. It had its grandiose GM mode, and we've had so many great memories from that game and maybe 2009. But after that, the series just kind of fell off.
Well, for 2008, it was really good for us in general. We had a group of friends, the four of us, and we played nonstop GM mode. And I talk about hours on hours. We each got to control our own show, and the fourth guy just got to do his own thing. But we made our own type of matches, like blindfold matches ourselves. All
that was a nightmare.
Or the blindfold Hell in a Cell match.
We got really creative with it. We actually literally blindfolded ourselves and somehow actually managed to complete the match. I believe we had somebody there that was kind of spotting for us.
At the time we had a friend that was just kind of spot for us. We all started off on top of the cell, and the whole point, the only way to win is first somebody has to go through the cell, and then whoever gets through the cell gets unblindfolded and be able to play the match. Well, at the time, our friend managed to put myself through the cell, so he was unblindfolded. But he still managed to lose the match to me through submission. You're a counter whore. It's amazing how much effort you've put into this game. I think I'm fairly good. I'm not
fairly. How fast have you beaten people? Seconds.
30 seconds, roughly. 4 seconds if you want to include the Milo match.
You are literally the best person I've ever played against on this game. I came a long way. When I first started playing, I played with my buddy Curtis. It's how I got into wrestling games in the first place. And we just kind of fucked around. We didn't really play too seriously. And when I met you and Icy, you guys changed my whole mindset on gaming in general, and forced me to up my game to actually try to, stand toe to toe and compete. And it worked out. Actually, I really put in a lot more effort.
The one thing comes to mind though is back when we first came over, and we had this. It was me, Icy, Jay, and we had another person, and it was always just me, Icy, and this other guy. Always come on. We always go for titles, and we had made our own titles, and that's so we play to win.
This was back on what, like Here Comes the Pain or something? On the PlayStation?
No, this is 2007.
Oh, 2007. Okay.
And we were making our own titles and all that, and so Jay comes over. His first time coming over, playing wrestling with us, and he literally made this other guy quit.
Was that on the first night, or was that like the second time?
No, it was the first night.
It was the first night?
You won his title. He quit. He deleted his character, everything, and walked out. He never came back and played wrestling again.
Yeah, when I say I upped my game, I mean I did it pretty quickly. That first night, I came a long way. I think I walked out of that first night with 3 or 4 titles or something like that. It was crazy. I was like, there's no way. But,
It didn't help when the one match that night, I was a little light heavyweight, and you guys were all heavyweights, and it was supposed to be a fatal 4-way, and it ended up being a 3-on-1 because nobody could take me down.
Yeah, that's how a lot of the matches ended up going. It's like, there's Jesse, get him!
Oh, I still remember the 3-on-1 handicap match you guys made me go through. At the time, we were playing GM mode in 2008, and it got to the point where nobody would go after me because I was always the champion.
Right.
So at the point, you guys put me in, I think it was Milo, or a friend Milo. He put me in the 3-on-1 handicap match, and if I would have lost, I lose the title. and it ended up being the match was like 45 minutes long, and they managed to beat me, and then not even a couple weeks later, Milo puts me back in another 3-on-1 handicap match. He said he gave me a time limit, and if I win in this time limit, I get a shot back at the title. It was like a 5-minute time limit or something like that. I won within like 2 minutes. And he's like, okay. And the champion happened to be Milo at the time, and my guy was actually a super heavyweight, and his guy was a cruiser. And I destroyed him in 30 seconds, won the title, and it was back all over again.
Well, that was the only reason things like that ended up going down is because of the weight class difference, right? Like,
true.
The games back then, as much as I loved them, there were like those downsides where in a situation like that, the super heavyweight takes so much more damage to take out, or deals so much more damage to somebody that lighter than them. So of course you're going to take them out in 30 seconds.
Plus, at the time, I had my favorite finisher in wrestling to date was the gore, and that's what I always used.
Yeah.
But I actually nicknamed it the surprise.
No. It was just surprise.
Yeah.
Because on the game, it would activate so quickly, and the move was over so quickly. It was literally a moment of like, what the fuck just happened? I guess we should mention the characters you're seeing on screen. The one with the blue armband is my character, Hart. He's been rebranded for the longest time. I named him Derek Abattoir. Abattoir is French for slaughterhouse. Goes back to when I first started playing with my buddy Curtis. The two of us had created a tag team. So this character's been around since WrestleMania 2000 era of gaming.
Actually, No Mercy.
Well, yeah, they came out roughly the same time.
Yeah, roughly a year apart.
I don't know.
I think somewhere like that.
I don't know which one was first, but I think they were both out before I started playing at all. But yeah, back on the Nintendo 64 days, he's been created on virtually every game since then that I've ever played.
And my character, he's in a white t-shirt. His name's James Gomez. And he's practically one of my favorite characters that I've created by far. He's been since 2008. He's usually not this high flyer-ish, but granted, I don't have much of his moveset. Not even the first couple matches I actually created him. Me and Jay had a match between Derek and James, which was one of our favorite matches.
Not one of. It is my favorite match that I've ever had playing on any of the games. It played out very much like what you would see in an actual wrestling arena. It was very back and forth, very counter heavy. Both sides not really giving an inch for most of the match. And as we both progressively took damage, it was very even right down to the wire. And it had one of the best, could not replicate it if we tried, endings where he ended up hitting, was it just a signature first? I think, to knock me down.
Yes.
And when I was on the mat, you jumped to the top rope to do your finisher, which was it the moonsault?
No.
Or was it?
I changed it, but this one, it was like the Superfly, a body press that it does on the top ropes.
And I managed to counter it, which gave me a finisher. And I hit him with the finisher to actually end the match. It was so perfect, so beautiful. And I was actually really proud of it because in most of our matches, you end up, it's either very lopsided one way or the other. Either I'm having a really good night or you're just, being you. And either way, the match goes heavily one way or the other. But this was very even the entire match.
That match was way too good not to replicate. I would love to get a rematch with it, if possible.
Yeah, definitely plenty of good times. I really hope in future versions of the game that they can get back to the way it used to be. It really feels like the games are leaning more and more towards realism. Like the run speed on this game compared to something like 2008 is just so much slower. And I get that it's more realistic, but I like it being a video game and not, putting me in the ring. I don't want to be in the ring. I would not survive in a ring. I would probably literally die. So, I mean, I want it to be a wrestling game again and not, trying to put myself in the WWE universe.
True. Like they're adding way too much realism to this, but I can see why they're doing it. I don't personally, I wouldn't like it.
Sure. I mean, the games are still very successful, I imagine. So
yes,
there's definitely people out there that still love the games, and I'm not going to fault them for it. It has its high spots. The entrance creation in this game is amazing.
Oh, one thing I don't like about this game is the fact that there's no custom finisher anymore. Or you can't put your own music in the game again.
Oh, those were the days.
Yes.
Being able to edit your own music and put that in the game for your entrance, that was great.
Or even full custom out matches. So you can you can have a Hell in a Cell match that you can only win by submission. Or like just an elimination tag team match, you could put no DQ off. Stuff like that. They took the out from 2015 up now. It's just, it kind of sucks. I miss the full customization of everything.
All right, well, we're probably going to wrap it up here. So if you want, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I guess we'll see you later.
All right, see you later.